So I try to keep it as simple as possible. Simple is definitely better for me. Um, I'm just a fireman after all. So people work with who they know, like, and trust, right? So just work on those three arenas. Does everybody know you? Are you in front of their face? Are you on Facebook and on Instagram? And are you where their eyes are at? So do they know you? Do they see you repeatedly over and over and over? And then do they like you? Are you a good person? Are you being a good person? Are you donating to the same causes that they care about? Are you being politically involved in the things that they care about politically, right? Everyone votes for their paycheck, right? So the firefighters are going through a lot right now with politically and in negotiations. So are you being involved in all those arenas? Are you like, for example, we have golf tournaments every once a month, right? So I make sure I'm at all those golf tournaments. I make sure that I'm at all the social events, and just being a likable person because we care about the same things, because we genuinely do care about the same things. It's not like a front that you're putting on. It's like, I mean, the reason that you're with these people to begin with is because they're your people, right? Like you golf with them, you work out with them, you go to school with your kids, go to the same school. So you have that in common already. So just being a genuine friend in that arena is important to me. And then the last thing and the biggest thing too, I think Zillow even said it was the biggest thing, is people want to work with someone that they trust, right? They just don't want to get ripped off. It's like, look, there's 1,000 agents out there. I swear every 1 in 3 people in PB here, in North PB, is an agent, right? Like everybody knows an agent, but do they trust that that person's going to take good care of them? Like it just comes down to trust. Like they want to work with you because they trust you. And so that's something that I always just, every single deal that I do with firefighters, I absolutely make sure that they're taken care of, that they're not going to say a bad thing about Rose, myself, or anyone on our team. If I made a $2,000-3,000 mistake, or even if it wasn't my mistake, and it's like, request for repairs, and they're super bummed, and I know that they're going to be talking about this issue, I'll just take care of it, because it's not worth my reputation. It's not worth my trust that I've gained over 16 years in the fire service. Like that's, the trust is the number one most important thing for us. So yeah, I just focus on those 3 things. And then obviously, like, everybody that refers us is on Client Giant. All of our past clients are on Client Giant. We're constantly trying to get better at just staying in front of everybody, doing client parties, doing client appreciation events, just taking good care of people and coming from a genuine place where you like care about people, because at the end of the day, we're in the people business. We don't sell houses. We just take good care of our people, our sphere.
I have a question.
Go for it.
So my question, Casey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question to you would be is, you're obviously in the firefighter sphere, and we all know it's, at least I know I have a lot of buddies that are firefighters. It's a little bit of a kind of like boys club, girls obviously working there, but you guys are the clique. So how would you recommend an agent to go into, say, to infiltrate that kind of industry, like whether it be a firefighter or police officer or any that kind of industry, with someone that's an outsider, and getting in with those guys?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I honestly don't know the answer to that question, because I'm not an outsider. I am an insider. I would say that you should definitely.
What would someone have to do, or what would you be open to if someone came, like say you weren't a real estate agent, right?
We get bombarded with people that are trying to come in and buy us lunch, and we get advertisements from first responder homes, and we're going to give you this amount of money back, and blah blah blah. We get hit up with that kind of stuff all the time, and as far as I know, no one's really using those people, because they don't have that trust factor. So if you have an in, like someone with a good reputation, who is a firefighter, who is law enforcement, that you can kind of name drop them and go, look, hey, I'm good buddies with so-and-so, that always helps. you know, honestly, it's like, if it were me, I would be focused not on infiltrating another thing that I'm not really a part of, but just taking a good hard look at what I'm interested in. Because I mean, just your school, like if you have kids, or your political involvement, your political party, your gym, where you work out, where you go to church, like what do you know, those are the communities that you're a part of, and people know you. Number one, they hopefully like you if you're a good person, and then hopefully you can develop that trust so that they want to potentially use you. But
Sorry.
uh, uh, Clint Glover actually did something, now that I think about it, at that Be Different Mastermind. Kyle, I don't know if you remember that, but Clint Glover, I believe is his name.
Jeff Glover, yeah, the one 2 years ago.
Jeff Glover, yeah, the one 2 years ago. So he actually infiltrated. He's not a firefighter. And what he did was a bunch of events where it's like you find someone in that niche that needs help, right? So like we had this kid that was born ultra premature, and we did a full fundraiser, like where we hired restaurants to donate all their money from their proceeds to help this kid go out to this camp that he needed to learn how to walk. Like, that's impactful shit that will really help you kind of infiltrate, like you're talking about. Like, so, you know, a police officer gets shot and his family member is like left behind. And like, so if you were to develop some sort of fundraiser about that, partner up with the Police Officer Association and be doing these events that are where you're truly genuinely like helping these people, that's definitely something that Jeff Glover did a lot and had a lot of traction and success with it. Even if it's something as small as like, you know, so-and-so is like broke and they have a leak in their roof. And so they got a bunch of donation money and contractors and handled it.